Tyra, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Poppy.
We appreciate it. So, modeling, television, Harvard Business School, you're an author. What do you call yourself these days?
What do I call myself? I don't know. I like to call myself the chairwoman and CEO of my company. A businesswoman and producer, probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then I did write a book, too.
What is it like being Tyra Banks at Harvard Business School? Why'd you make this decision? Was it about sort of gaining that gravitas that maybe people wouldn't give a supermodel?
No, it wasn't. I felt like in order to take my business to the next level, mm-hmm. I needed to have not just my gut and my instinct, which is what got me and my company to this place, but I needed to have the education and the tools to get there. I'm building a company that I hope will be sustainable, that I look at Walt Disney and what he has done, with entertainment for families and children and adding that sprinkle of fantasy. Children don't even know that was a human being. I didn't know that was a human being when I was at Disneyland.
But now you look up to him.
I look up to him now, and I look up to him as a businessman that happened to be very creative. And I feel like in order for me to reach young girls and to have an impact, which is expanding the definition of beauty through entertainment, fun, fantasy, and self-esteem, I needed to have the education to do that. Mm-hmm. I have to hire, people, marketing and strategy people and finance people and accountants and so many different things for my business. I can't do that without an education. I can delegate, mm-hmm. but at the same time, me being the chairwoman and the CEO, I need to know what the heck I'm doing.
You want to be able to run the numbers.
I want to be able to run the numbers. Yeah, I take accounting and finance at Harvard. Finance is a little difficult. It's not my strong suit. And for accounting, I actually tutor at Columbia before I go to Harvard, mm-hmm. just so that I'm a little bit better prepared.
What is it like for you at Harvard Business School? Are you one of the students? Do you stand out?
I'm one of the students. I'd like to think that I don't stand out. In the beginning, sure. Mm-hmm. My classmates are like, "What the heck? You look just like her," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I kind of know her well." But second term, I'm just me. Mm-hmm. And it's funny when I speak. I can speak to a crowd of thousands, or within television to millions, sure. And I have no problem doing that. Or an arena or a stadium, 60,000 people. I can speak. I can be strong and confident. We had an exercise at Harvard at school where we had to pitch a new concept or a new idea for our own personal business. My group chose a concept that I came up with, and I had to pitch it to my classmates, and I was shaking like a leaf. Now I know how to cover it. But the last time I shook like that was when I interviewed President Obama. So that's how nervous I was to pitch this to my classmates, because it was peers. These are people that are billionaires and have these businesses, mm-hmm. and that I feel humbled by. So I felt like, oh my God, they're judging me. And I was like, Now, they didn't know I was shaking, but
So talk to me about your view on the middle class.
I'm from the middle class. I probably lower middle class, I think. My parents divorced when I was 6 years old, mm-hmm. and then my mother was on her own, and child support back in those days wasn't as fair as it is now. So my dad did what the law said. He still put me through private school and all that, but he did what the law said, which wasn't a lot from my mother. So I got to see that struggle. So I understand what that middle class struggle is, and it's real. It's very, very real.